the third GameCube installment. This video is all about Mario Party 6. This one's my third favorite GameCube installment because it is home to a lot of really fun minigames. The story, boards, and game modes are kinda lackluster, but the minigames are all that really matter here, so let's not dwell on that. Today, I'm counting down my top 10 favorite Mario Party 6 minigames. Before we begin, as always, remember, it's just my opinion and no one else's. I'm speaking only for myself and no one else. Also, concept is still a factor in my choices. Alright, enough of this intro, let's party! Kicking off this list is 1v3 Dust Till Dawn. All 4 players are in a house with 2 rooms, and using feather dusters, they must clean the dusty parts by pressing the A button repeatedly. The first team to completely clean their room wins the minigame. Now, I might know what you're thinking. Shouldn't the team have a huge advantage? No, because the team has a bigger room, and therefore more dust to clean, while the lone player has a smaller room and less dust to clean. So I'd say it's pretty much even. This minigame may be quite simple, but it's nice and simple and just plain fun and a bit thrilling. Also, I'm fine with being either the lone player or on the team. With that, Dust Till Dawn is up at the crack of dawn to claim 10th place. Sorry, 2 1v3s in a row. 9th place is Ball Dozers. Each team has their own side of a pinball machine with a huge ball and several logs. The players, using hammers, must smash the logs to make the ball fall towards the slot at the end. The first team to sink their ball in said slot wins the minigame. Again, I'm sure you're thinking the team's got a huge advantage, but they don't, since they have a much bigger ball than the lone player does, meaning they must break even more logs to make it move. So again, it's pretty much even. I like this minigame because it requires at least some strategy, since smashing certain logs can give better results. It's also somewhat thrilling with a pretty clever concept, and I'm fine with being either the lone player or on the team. This is why Ball Dozers is on the ball and dozes straight toward 9th place. Eighth place is 2v2 Clean Team. Each team is outside their own building, which is conspicuously dirty. One player must spray the dirty spots with cleaner, and the other must wipe it, ultimately cleaning it. The first team to clean all the dirty spots on their building wins. Good teamwork is the key to winning this minigame, since it is possible for teammates to get in the way of each other, thus allowing the other team to catch up if behind, or widen their lead if ahead. An example of good teamwork is always making sure the washer has access to a dirty spot, and the dryer can follow right behind him/her, and therefore never block his/her path. I love minigames that require such teamwork, and it's just plain fun, and I don't care whether I'm washing or drying. For those very reasons, Clean Team does a clean job earning 8th place. Coming in at 7th place is 1v3 Crate and Peril. The lone player has a magic box, which will shrink the team players, then suck them inside it. The lone player must then tilt the box around to make 2 spiny shells inside it move around, and any team player that gets hit by one of these shells is eliminated. If at least one team player is still standing when time expires, the team wins. If not, the lone player wins. If the team players want to win, they'd better split up and stay split up, since they don't have a lot of room to move around, and if not careful, can be hit by a shell easily. In other words, it requires good teamwork, and it's also very thrilling with a clever concept, and I can happily be either on the team or the lone player. With that, Crate and Peril is my 7th favorite minigame for those reasons. So I can't come up with puns for every single segment. You don't gotta fall into peril! Finally a free-for-all! 6th place goes to Lift Leapers. All 4 players are running through a long obstacle course with several different types of moving platforms. The players must proceed by jumping from platform to platform while being careful to not fall, since if they do, they'll be sent back to the last checkpoint they passed through, thus giving their opponents time to catch up if behind, or widen their lead if ahead. There are also some spikes which can disrupt players, making caution all the more important. The first player to reach the finish line is the winner. Sorry, that's all I can really say. This minigame is really fun with a very clever concept, and Watashi wa itsumo rezugemu o aishite kita. That all seems like enough for lift leapers to lift the 6th place trophy. Fifth place is free-for-all Pokey Punchout. All 4 players are in a small desert arena, and several Pokies will pop out of the ground. The players must punch or kick these Pokies, and will get 1 point for each segment they knock away. The player with the most points when time expires wins. The players can also attack each other to interfere with them. Therefore, this minigame's technically a fighting one. Also, if a player hits a Pokey's head, it, along with every single body segment, will be knocked away, meaning a truckload of points all at once. Once again, I've always loved fighting games, and this one is very fun and thrilling, with a both cool and original concept. With that, Pokey Punchout punches all who want 5th place in the crotch. Fourth place is 2v2 Jump the Gun. Each team has their own path with several targets and a bullet bill launcher. One teammate controls the cannon and must shoot bullet bills at the targets, so the other teammate can jump across them towards the finish platform. The bullet bill launcher should pick the right targets to shoot, so the jumper can reach them without falling, since if he or she does, he or she will respawn at the bullet bill he or she jumped from, thus giving the opposing team time to, well, you know, and so the opposing team can't pass them. The first team to reach the finish platform wins the minigame. This is another minigame that requires strategy, since shooting certain targets can give better results. It's also very fun and a bit thrilling, with a clever and original concept, and I'm fine with either jumping or launching. So clearly, Jump the Gun jumps right toward 4th place. Third place is 2v2, again, Rocky Road. Each team is driving on a long road, which is filled with huge boulders, and they must attack these rocks until they crumble away. The first team to destroy all the rocks on their road and reach the finish line wins the minigame. Although this is technically not a fighting minigame, players can punch and kick to smash the rocks, but in doing so, they must be very careful not to attack their teammates by mistake, since it can cost a lot of time. Players must also use teamwork, since some parts of the road have multiple rocks, so one teammate should take one, while the other takes the other. And if the number of rocks is odd, they can both take the odd one out. Rocky Road is fun and has a pretty cool concept, and that's why it's on the road for 3rd place. Rocky Road rocks. Running up is free-for-all, Wrestling Rapids. All 4 players are riding a raft across a river and must try to knock each other off it. Players can stomp, punch, and kick their opponents, and the last one standing on the raft is the winner. Yes, that's all there is to gameplay, except it's not. Some parts of the river have hazards, like spiny things that'll fall from trees, courtesy of Donkey Kong, and getting hit by one can throw players off, so I advise avoiding them. Yet again, I've always loved fighting games, and this one is just fun and very thrilling. It may be a bit on the simple side, and the concept may not be that special, but no matter what, Wrestling Rapids rapidly wrestles for 2nd place. If that's not a tongue twister, I don't know what is. Honorable mention party! 15th place is free-for-all, Catch You Letter. Several mailed letters are falling from a building into an arena, and the players must pick them up and carry them to the panicking Shy Guy. Each letter given to the Shy Guy grants 1 point, except love letters, which give 3, and the player with the most points when time is up wins. This one is thrilling, since that Shy Guy runs around pretty fast. 14th place is free-for-all, Insectoride. All 4 players take turns choosing an insect-based vehicle and must race them on a short track. Each vehicle requires different controls to move, and the first player to reach the finish line wins. I've always loved racing games, And side note, I can happily have any vehicle except the snail one. 13th place is 2v2 Burn Style. Both teams have their own platform, which are next to a middle platform with a spike roller that'll keep swinging around, speeding up as time passes. The players must jump to avoid getting hit by the roller, and the last player standing wins the minigame for his/her team. This one is nice and simple, and even thrilling once the roller speeds up. 12th place is 1v3 Snowball. The lone players facing the team in a snowball fight, and must throw snowballs at each other. If all the team players get hit by snowballs, the lone player wins, but if the lone player gets hit, the team wins. No, the lone player's partners don't count. This one is very fun and thrilling, and that's all. And lastly, 11th place is 1v3 Cash Flow. Each team is sliding down their own huge water slide, except the lone player's got a raft and must move around to collect coins and money bags. Since this is a coin cache, you don't really win or lose. Your goal is to collect as many coins as possible. This minigame is just fun, and I can happily be either on the team or the lone player. Finally, number 1. It's a free-for-all and parodies Indiana Jones. That's right, it's none other than Granite Getaway. All 4 players are running through a cave, away from a giant rolling rock. However, it's not as simple as just running. Players must also jump to avoid rubble, since tripping over it will severely hinder them. So much, in fact, that they could get squashed by the rock. Any player this happens to, or who falls off the bridge in the middle of the cave, is eliminated, while any player to reach the finish line wins the minigame. So, if you thought this was a racing minigame, you thought wrong! That's right, you don't have to arrive at the finish line first, you just have to arrive. This minigame is extremely fun and thrilling, and is basically Mario meets Indiana Jones. Yeah, the concept's unoriginal, but that doesn't really matter. What does matter is that Granite Getaway is easily my number 1 favorite Mario Party 6 minigame of all time. So there you have it, my top 10 favorite Mario Party 6 minigames of all time. For more videos like this, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, please check out my social media, all links are in the description. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time. Mikoro Glyscore 472, out.